never considered herself an envious woman. She was strong, confident, and deeply rooted in her faith. But Esther was always there. At first, it was harmless. A passing glance, a casual laugh, a shared joke between Esther and Ben. But soon, it became a pattern. After service, Esther always seemed to linger near Ben. At Bible study, she always positioned herself close enough to be noticed. At church meetings, her voice was always heard, too sweet, too deliberate. Maybe it's nothing, Grace told herself at first. But then, there were the whispers. Sister Esther is such a powerful woman of God. She's so devoted. Ben and her would make an amazing ministry team. Grace, you're so lucky to have a husband like that. And with every passing day, the resentment grew. One night, Grace knelt beside her bed, trying to pray, but all she felt was anger. Why is she always near him? She whispered in her spirit. Her hands were clasped, but her heart was filled with bitterness. She was losing focus. She was giving Esther a way in. It was midnight. The witching hour. Inside a dark, candlelit chamber, Esther stood before an ancient altar, her dark robe flowing as she chanted incantations in an unknown tongue. Dark spirits swirled around her, whispering promises of destruction. This time, I won't just weaken her. I will destroy her. She held a blackened blade over a bowl of burning herbs, slicing her palm, letting the blood drip into the flames. I invoke the power of the ancestors. Open the gates of the dream realm. Let me in. The candles flickered violently. The ground trembled. A portal cracked open. She smiled. It was time to end Grace. Grace found herself standing in a vast, endless wasteland. The sky was a churning mass of black clouds, flashes of red lightning illuminating the twisted, barren landscape. The ground beneath her feet was cracked, scorched, a dead land. Where am I? She whispered, her breath forming a cold mist. And then, she heard it. Footsteps. Slow. Measured. Confident. Out of the shadows, Esther emerged. But this wasn't the Esther Grace knew. She was taller, darker, cloaked in flowing black robes, her eyes burning with an unnatural glow. Her lips curled into a slow, taunting smile. Welcome, Grace. A chill ran down Grace's spine. This is a dream. This isn't real, she told herself. But the ground beneath her shook violently, the sky roared, and a deep laughter filled the air. Oh, it's very real, Esther said, stepping forward. And you? You are weak. The moment she spoke, Grace's body felt heavy, as if unseen chains had wrapped around her. She gasped, dropping to her knees. Her hands trembled. She felt paralyzed, powerless. And then, she heard Esther's voice slither into her mind. You know why I could enter, don't you? Grace's eyes widened. You hate me. The words pierced her like a blade. You resented me. You let your jealousy grow. And now, you've given me power over you. Grace gritted her teeth. That's a lie. Esther chuckled, circling her. Is it? She lifted her hand, and suddenly a black, flaming spear appeared in her grasp. It doesn't matter, Esther whispered, raising the weapon. Because after tonight, you will never wake up again. Grief made her soul sink. How would her husband survive without her? She would miss him terribly, his smile, his voice. She knew her passing would devastate him. She began to seek God with her mind and soul, her lips moving but no words came out. She began to feel a charge in her spirit, her body shook with power that broke the chains that kept her bounded. With the strength to move mountains, she called on her God and he came in his anger, his authority so profound it seemed the entire universe shook. She screamed, "Save me, Jesus!" A deafening explosion of light shattered the darkness. The sky ripped open, golden lights blazing down like fire. A mighty voice thundered across the dream realm. Enough! Esther staggered back, shielding her eyes. From the sky, a figure descended, clad in radiant white armor, holding a sword of pure fire. The presence was overwhelming, shaking the entire realm. Grace gasped, feeling the weight on her shoulders lift. The chain snapped. She stood, and suddenly a sword appeared in her hands, a blazing weapon of heavenly fire. Esther screamed. No! This is my realm. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Grace declared, her voice filled with power. The dream world began to crumble as the power of God consumed it. Esther tried to run, but she was too late. In the physical world, Esther screamed. Her body convulsed violently, as the spirits she once controlled turned against her. The candles exploded. Her altar cracked in half. The demonic energy imploded, lashing out at her. She fell to the ground, clawing at her face as a searing, holy fire engulfed her skin. Her beauty, her greatest treasure, was burning away. She tried to scream, but her voice was gone. The darkness abandoned her. The ritual was over. The war was lost. Weeks later, Esther sat in a dark, empty room, staring at her own reflection. Her face was ruined, scarred, burned, unrecognizable. The woman who once wielded power, seduction, and influence was now nothing. She had tried to destroy Grace. Instead, she destroyed herself. For the first time, she felt something unfamiliar. Not anger. Not vengeance. But fear. She whispered into the silence, "Who is this God?"